925thebeat.com.
92.5 The Beat of Salt Lake is Dre Rocka. The segment is called Rawk The Mic, and today we got a local artist in here, somebody that has been working very hard, somebody that got a new single out right now. What's the single called again?
It's called Learn the Game.
Learn the Game. I got Restlezz Da Tyrant in the building.
Yo.
You got the merch shirt on. I love this. You didn't bring me one though.
Yep. Yeah, I got you. As soon as I get some more made, because they're almost all gone, man. So
I told you I want that hoodie.
yeah, that's the next thing we're gonna be doing.
It's this is a segment that I created to showcase our local talent here and to get to know you a little bit more. We're gonna be playing your song coming up here shortly, so make sure you stick around for that. But I want to start at the beginning, Restlezz. I want to start.
Yeah.
Where did your musical journey come from? Where did you get inspired? And what city are you coming from?
So I come from Ogden City, northern part of Utah, and I've always had a kind of love for music. My family's always music, My dad, ever since I could remember, a little kid, every time he got paid, we'd go to the CD store and he'd go buy a new CD, slap it in, and he'd be like, "No, don't change the track. We're gonna listen to it all the way through." And he would, So then every time like that, and then you just get into it, man. You love the sounds of it, the different melodies. You like the different styles, And then he started me off on like the Gap band.
Funk.
Yeah, funk, man. That's where it all started from.
I love that that's where your journey with music began, because I can't take my son. We can't take our kids to the CD store, the record.
Right.
I mean, we can go to record stores, right? Like there's Randy's Records, whatever, but it's different. When you could go to Virgin, or even the Walmart, you can go into like the CD section and you remember when you had to use the barcode and get the little 15-minute or 15-second samples?
Listen to it real quick. Like, oh, okay, yeah.
You brought up a good point, though, about listening to a full album all the way through. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like today's music, do you feel like we are able to listen to albums all the way through, or do you think that there are a lot of skippables?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it just depends on the generation that you're coming from, you know what I mean? Because the older people who are still doing music, I feel like they can still put a good CD put together, maybe one or two skippables, but nowadays everyone's just putting music out. It don't even matter what it is. They're just jumping on, recording something, put it out. Jumping on, record, put it out. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think nowadays a lot of songs are skippable.
Yeah.
But
not yours.
No, never mind.
We're gonna be playing your new single, "Learn the Game," coming up here shortly. So stick around for that. Now, Restlezz, are you being in Ogden? Are you from Ogden, born and raised? Are you from Salt Lake?
No, born and raised in Ogden at the old McCady Hospital.
There you go.
Anyone who's from Ogden knows McCady's been knocked down and rebuilt.
Yeah, beautiful view up there too.
Yeah, it's nice, man. And then we're just like right there on the foot of the mountain, so literally you could just go walk on the trails all day long.
Yep.
If you're into that.
Did you or do you have connection to Ogden artists? If so, like who do you work with out there?
Yeah, I work with a bunch of people from there ever since I started music. Like, obviously, I've 801 Intentions. I've always done stuff with them.
Shout out to Gino.
Yeah, Gino, ALG, Greedy. They doing it. Opie Taylor. Danny Starr. He's always been one dude who's been cool. I've always done stuff with him. His whole team. A bunch of people, man. There's so many people all throughout the years. I forget.
Yeah, it gets like that sometimes. Being in the music scene for a very long time, it always felt like Salt Lake and Ogden had a disconnect. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like Ogden and Salt Lake work together currently in 2024? Do you think that there's room for improvement with that?
I think it's a lot better than it used to be. I see a lot of artists from Salt Lake and Ogden kind of putting things together, connecting, and everything like that. Yeah, I don't see the animosity as it used to be, because it used to be big, back then.
Heck yeah.
It was the city on the city. There was no getting along, but now I think everyone's kind of past that.
You know what's funny is that there was a good 5 years-ish where everybody in Salt Lake would go to Gino. So, like, yeah. Gino literally could have solved a lot of beefs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Gino was also a part of a group, too, that didn't necessarily mesh well with Salt Lake.
Right. But, I mean, I think he was just getting his money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. Now, you're a father, right? How many kids you have?
I got 4.
Yeah, 4 kids. You are a husband.
Yeah.
You got a wife that's about to start her own food truck, taco truck. She brought me some. I told her if this carne asada is not good, I'm going to tell the people. But she said, it's good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to jump into that. Yeah, but you being a family man, also juggling this music career, how do you do it? How hard is that?
Well, I mean, after being a father for so long, now I've kind of figured it out, you know what I mean? But at the beginning, yeah, it was kind of tough, you know, trying to do the music, put it out, be able to do everything, and then still be able to find time to have enough time to spend with my kids, my wife, do the family stuff and everything like that. But now I think I found a pretty good balance of it now. Healthy balance between like your personal dreams and I don't even want to say hobbies, but the things that bring you joy, right? Because obviously our children bring us joy, but so does the music. Yeah, exactly. You know, so does this other passion that we have, and we can't lose sight of that. No, I think that's a big thing that parents lose sight of is that you don't have to sacrifice your own loves and cares for your children as well. If anything, you can inspire your children to do something great with their time too. Right, exactly. You can teach them ethic. Don't give up. You know, keep working at it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But try to be an example to show them at the same time, you know? Yeah. Your son, he was a part of, I mean, he went viral really. Your son that got hit with the firework. Yeah, Odysseus. Tell me about what happened, because I know you guys were on the news. You were talking a lot about this. What happened that day? So, we were having a birthday party for my son Leonidas because his birthday, he was born on the 4th of July. So I'm like, true patriot. Yeah. So I'm always like, man, you're lucky you get fireworks on your birthday. True. And but he's not very fond of them now after what happened, you know. But came to the night, went to go light some fireworks, set it all up, lit it, and you know, everyone was just sitting in the driveway in the grass. Watching, and this one just happened to shoot out the side of the box. Don't know how, shot out, and it landed right in his lap somehow. Always him. He always catches the bat of the bat. It landed in his lap and blew up. And my wife, you know, had picked him up as fast as we could, took him in, wrapped him up, and, you know, did what we could, and then took him to the hospital, man. How did he recover? So he had 3rd and 2nd degree burns, like on the whole bottom of his right foot was gone. The skin was gone. Oh. Yeah. And then on the left side of like his, like half of between his thigh and his, below his knee right there, he had 3rd and 2nd degree burns right there too. So they had to do some, like a skin graft. But it was a newer kind. They kind of took the skin cells from him, did some stuff and made a spray out of it, and then just sprayed it onto his, you know, leg and foot where it was at, and then just wrapped it up, and he had to stay at the primary children. It was like a week and a half before they even let him get out. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, yeah, I always say we got to look on the bright side of things, right? Yeah. At least he's okay. Yeah. You know. Oh yeah, he's back to causing terror like he loves. But he does deal. I shouldn't say deal with other challenges, but he was born with the condition. What's it called again? Treacher-Collins syndrome. So it's just it's a genetic mutation. It affects the physical features of the face, and like the spectrum is so wide, it can be little effect or to a lot of effect, you know. So with him, he was like born with no ears, no tear ducts, no cheekbones. He's got like stage 4 and 3 bleeding, so he's got a shunt in his head. But I mean, his mind capacity, everything is still normal, can learn the same, everything like that, and like still just a normal little boy. Yeah, I see the videos you post of him. Like, man, just like my little man, just energy. Yeah. It's like, where does it come from? Yeah, exactly. I'm like, man, that's part of the reason why I'm on this weight loss journey, so I can keep up with them. It's like, geez, man, kids don't stop. They don't. It's 92.5 The Beat, Dre Rocker. The show is Rawk The Mic. I got Restlezz Da Tyrant here. We're going to be playing your new song, Learn the Game, coming up here shortly. Now, what have you learned from Game?
What have you learned in this game of hip hop, of this game of music?
It's a cold world.
Oof.
It's man eat man. You know what I mean? At the end of the day.
Pause.
Yeah, no Diddy.
Mm.
But yeah, at the end of the day, most people are just looking out for themselves. So, I mean, also it's just, it takes a lot. You know what I mean? It's so, what is the word I'm looking for? It's so overcrowded now because everyone can just, you can just pull out your iPhone and record a song. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just so watered down now that you got to how do you make yourself stand out amongst everybody else, especially now? I mean, that's probably, at the end of the day, that's probably what I've learned the most. And you know, and putting money behind your music, not just posting it. You got to put money behind it, not just a couple $100s either. You know, that's a good start.
Mm-hmm.
But people don't understand. It takes a lot of money to get something going, especially if you love it.
Yeah, invest in yourself.
Exactly. Invest.
Right?
Invest.
Instead of going and eating that double cheeseburger.
Yeah, or getting them new J's or that Gucci belt or whatever, you know. That stuff will come later, man.
Yeah.
Materialistic stuff will always come later. Put the work in now so you can enjoy it later. Instead of, you know, starting on the bottom, staying on the bottom because you want to look rich or look like you're doing something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stay looking broke, but you have a stack in your pocket. You know what I mean? Ready to do whatever you can when you need to.
Now, Restlezz, you came and did my podcast, the Unrestricted Podcast, a few months ago.
Yeah.
And you didn't have the tattoos on the face.
Nah.
What's going on with these tattoos on your face, man? What made you tat it up? Don't say I was bored.
No, bored. Expressing how much I love the music, man. Like, this is permanent for me.
Yeah.
You know, because I got the notes on one side, I've got the mic on the other. But the clovers for good luck and, you know, I mean, Boston Celtics, baby.
Oh, here we go.
2024 champs.
I mean, you can gloat now.
Yeah. Well, hey, we're going to be gloating next year, too, back to back.
I'm not going to lie. That Knicks trade was weird.
Oh, I just seen that,
Yeah, with Cat over there.
Yeah.
I've been trolling all my Knicks fans. I'm like, oh, we got it this year. No, Cat ain't going to do nothing for y'all.
That's why T-Wolves got rid of him. They said, let's bring in Randall. Let's see what he could do.
Randall's a good pickup for them.
He is. Cat just don't have like that aggression to it. You know what I mean? Like, he's not hungry when it comes. He's not gonna fight for the rebounds or stuff like that. But I could see Randall going out there and putting his all, throwing some elbows. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially with him and Edwards, I think they'll feed great off of each other, man.
They're both dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
You got dogs, man.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get that grit.
Exactly. They roll in packs.
That's right. So, how did you? I mean, being in Ogden, how did you become a Celtics fan? Because typically it's like, yo, the state that you live in, you end up being the fan of the team.
Right. So at that, I was like younger, and I had a friend that had like an old Larry Bird jersey, and he's just like, hey, you want this? Took it from him, and then I just kind of like, I guess I'm just going to roll with these guys. So it's just from there, I just stayed with it, you know?
It's not a bad squad to love.
No, it's not. It's not.
Got cool jerseys, got history.
Right.
Allegedly, everybody in the crowd's racist, but
that's the stories, man. That's from the beginning of Bill Russell till now, man. That's the story.
It's all right though, because Restlezz Da Tyrant is not racist.
No.
How do you feel like in 2024? How do you feel our local scene is musically?
I feel like it's growing, man. I see a lot of people doing a lot of things now and actually getting, you know, spreading it out instead of just trying to stay in one spot, one city. I see them actually pushing themselves outside of state. People are booking shows out, so I think it's in a good zone right now.
You have a show coming up, right, next month?
Yeah, November 3rd. Chris Calico, the Fly High Tour. It has Dizzy Wright and Whitney Payton coming along with him. So,
is this a full tour?
I believe so.
Oh, dang. He was just here.
Yeah.
Like 2 times in 1 year?
Yeah.
Utah loves Chris, I guess.
Yeah, you got to grind, man. They love him like they love Tech, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Do you think that they ever get reunited? You think they ever push the BS aside and say, you know what? We did it forever. Let's do another one.
I don't see why they wouldn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That could be something they could capitalize on later on, you know? Because Cut's been gone for a minute. Chris has been gone for like a year or two now doing his thing, and, you know, and then Tech, obviously, he's always doing whatever he does. So, I mean, it'd be like a reunion thing, you know?
Yeah.
I think they could capitalize if they wanted to.
How long have you been a Juggalo?
Juggalo. So I'm not a Juggalo, but I am a fan of ICP and the work they've put in, you know?
Yeah.
You can't deny what they've done.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, a lot of people probably don't mess with their music, a lot of the music, all because of the facade and everything they put on. But at the end of the day, they've shown what you can do as an underground artist. You know what I mean? They're kings almost, pretty much.
I think you're right. I think ICP doesn't get the respect that they're deserved because they're different, right? They're different.
They're making, you know, the clown stuff. People think, oh, that's whack or that's a joke. But if you can get past that and listen to some of the actual music that they've put together, man, they've got some deep stuff, some good stuff, a bunch of stuff. They got some funny stuff too, man.
Even just down to like the way that they did it, man. They have an iconic logo in hip hop. Like the Hatchet Man is so iconic.
Yeah, you see it, you already automatically know what it is.
Yeah. So, and then you look at what they did with wrestling, what they did with their merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
Like guys that, I mean, Drake going around on tour with ICP shirts on.
Yeah,
like,
and I'm like, what?
One of the biggest artists ever.
Yeah, that's
you know what I
crazy
mean?
to see that.
So, you know, when I see people, and I'm guilty of it, where I was like, Juggalos, that's kind of weird.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it came at a time when Eminem was the guy.
Yeah.
And it was like, are you gonna roll with Eminem and Aftermath? Or are you gonna roll with these guys that we don't really know over here on the West Coast?
Right.
You know?
Right.
Now, I don't know how they did it on the East Coast or in Detroit, but over here it was like the crowd that they had, it was the misfits, it was the people that you don't really want to be friends with.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
But
like the outcasts.
Exactly. Which, honestly, in 2024, I think if an ICP came out now, they would be the biggest thing on the internet.
Oh yeah, they'd be accepted easily now. You know.
How do you build that following though? Because you look at guys like ICP, Russ, Know the Product, Tech. These artists, while they might not be super huge worldwide, they can come to your city and they can sell out.
Yeah.
How do you build that community?
I think because they're always interacting with they're so close to their fans. You know what I mean? They don't act like they're bigger than the crowd that they're performing for. I see them always out, like after they perform or whatever, they're in the crowd intermingling with people. They're talking to people, signing stuff, making people feel welcomed as a fan, you know? Getting to know people on personal levels, close, you know what I mean? Conversations. They take the time to take pictures with everybody. It's all about just being interactive, you know? And then when you're not on the road, still finding a way to keep your fans involved with everything, all your content, merch drops, everything like that, you know? Just you got to be active with your fans. They're the ones who keep you going.
Yeah. Are you active with your supporters?
Yeah, I try to be with I respond to everybody. Anything, pictures, don't matter. They're the big, you know what I mean? If it isn't for them playing the music, buying the stuff, coming to the shows, you know, then what is the point?
Yeah. It's a big part of it. What's Restlezz got going on right now? Do you have any new visuals coming? I know you got the show coming up in November.
Yeah, so I have another single dropping in the middle of October with Jake Strain. It's called Certified. So, and then like that one should be we're going to be putting a lot behind that one, pushing it. So that's what I got coming there. I do have another show at the end of October in Ogden, like a Halloween show. So that'll be like a little quick show stop before I'm ready to hit the Chris Cali show.
What are you going to dress up as? You got to dress up, right? It's a Halloween show.
I get right. I don't know, man. I haven't really thought about it or put any thought into about it.
Now, here's the bad thing about us being parents. We have that mindset. It's October, bro. If we ain't got our costumes now, by the time we go to Party City or the Spirit,
it's gonna be gone.
Gonna be gone.
I know, that's why I keep telling my kids right now. I'm like, you guys need to figure out what you want to be right now, so we could go now.
You gotta be the go-to dead presidents.
Yeah.
If a dead president, if there's somebody dressed as dead presidents at your Halloween party, it's because they waited to the last minute. They had some leftover white face paint and black makeup, and they had a beanie and some gloves. That's all you need to be dead presidents.
Yeah, exactly. Just the normal stuff you find out you got at the house already.
You know what I wanted to be? It's probably too late now. Is the Fool Gone Wild clown? Have you ever? Oh
yeah.
I think it's Lil Weirdo or something like that. Yeah, him. It's too late now. I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull that one off. So you got music coming. You got obviously the shows are coming.
Yeah.
What's Restlezz want to close out in 2024 and going into 2005? What are you striving for?
Probably just more music, man, more visuals, just trying to stay consistent. That's the goal, is to always be consistent. So, and then to help go into 2025, you know? So
how important is it to have a team?
It's important. It's a lot for one person to do everything. You know what I mean? It gets overwhelming. You start getting tired. You don't want to do anything. You know what I mean? I tried it. It gets a lot of overwhelming. So I think a team is important, to have a bunch of people help you doing this, doing that. It takes less off of you, and you can get more work done to continue to help the team grow.
Yeah, man. It's something that I definitely need. So if you want to be a part of the Dre Rocka team, hit me up. Restlezz, we do got your song, Learn the Game. Let's go ahead. Let's play this song, and then let's come back and we'll give the social medias, okay?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
So go ahead, introduce your song, and let's jump into it.
Yo, so this Restlezz Da Tyrant. This is my single, Learn the Game. Came out, hit the iTunes charts, number 54. Y'all enjoy it. Bump it. Let me know how y'all feel.
Let's get into it. Restlezz, Learn the Game here on 92.5 The Beat.
I'm an all-star in the major leagues. Why these rookies think they could play with me? If they want to learn something, learn the game from me. I can show them how to get where they aim to be.
It's 92.5 The Beat of Salt Lake. Dre Rocka here with Restlezz Da Tyrant, a Utah artist, specifically Ogden.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like we got to really represent the O, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That was Learn the Game, which is out on all streaming platforms. Just search up Restlezz Da Tyrant on everything.
Yes,
what's your socials? Where can we follow you? Where can we get more information about these upcoming shows?
So Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all have the same username, Restlezz Grind. That's Restlezz with 2 Z's, not S's. 2 Z's at the end. You can find me on all those with that right there.
You just made it super difficult. Why can't you just use S's?
I don't know. Gotta stand it out, you know what I mean? That's like the C with the line through it, or the S with the money signs through it, you know?
Too much. Restlezz, any shout outs? Anybody want to show some love to?
Shout out to Ogden, man, the city that I love. Shout out to my family, you know. Shout out to my wife. She keeps me going, and my kids. Shout out to Utah, because we coming up, man. I feel we about to get something going, you know what I mean? And you know, just shout out to the powers above, because they keep me going, and hopefully they keep leading me where I'm supposed to.
That's right. Shout out to good parents. Shout out to good parents. That's why I want to shout out.
I love seeing good parenting, man. Going to the park, seeing the parents not on their phone, actually interacting with their kids and hanging out with them. I love to see that stuff, man.
I'm going to take my kids to the park tomorrow. All right. If you have an artist, or maybe you're an artist yourself and you want to come on to Rawk The Mic, make sure you reach out to me at 925 The Beat SLC on Instagram. You can also reach out to my direct line at Dre Rocka, that's DRERAWKA, or 925thebeat.com. Easiest way to do it. Y'all have a great rest of your night. We out. Peace.
Yeah.